I fell down the stairs, but I didn't frame her. I'm an author who got sucked into my own book as the villain Grace Harrison. And now I've got to survive a family that already reckons I'm the bad apple. My family cornered me, saying I was planning to frame Claire by falling down the stairs. I thought, so what? I'm the author, I control this story. But then my body wouldn't listen, I couldn't move the way I wanted. I realized she was going to launch herself down and blame me, and my whole family would believe her. I felt this weird pull, like the story was forcing my hand. Before I knew it, my arm moved and I slapped someone. I couldn't stop it. Voices swirled around me, asking what was happening, talking about growing, and someone even shouted in Korean. A man in a black suit looked concerned, and a woman in pink was being confronted. I saw a footstep on wood as two men observed. The man's face showed increasing distress. My dad got in my face, asking why I was picking on Claire now she's back. That's when it hit me. I'm the only person in this world who can actually hear what's going on inside Claire's head. So I made a choice. Since I'm Grace now, I'm gonna flip the script and change everything. She kept pushing, saying, aren't you supposed to say Grace pushed you? Hate me, right? I just repeated that I was hypoglycemic. She called me paranoid, and I turned to her and promised I'd get better, keep my blood full so I could save her. I wouldn't let anything happen to her. A woman in a white blouse looked at me, then another accused me. A woman in green asked, hate me, and another asked, isn't that right? I spoke with red lips. Then a young man in a suit said, don't worry, I promised to get better. Grace lost it, and asked why I had to kip in the utility room when there's perfectly good bedrooms going begging. Someone shouted, stop arguing, and said I'd live on the first floor while Claire got the whole second floor. She cried and said she didn't want me in her room, but someone just said, fine, decorate it however you like. I hear that I'm being spoiled, that I have nothing. I said all I needed was a decent room. Someone turned to me and said, you're so spoiled, learn from Claire. I bit my tongue, but inside I was furious. They had no idea what I was going through. I overheard a whisper, you reckon Claire is nice to you? She'll mess with your car at the race. I saw his expression shift, he was starting to buy it. A woman with a pink accessory looked on, a young man in a suit spoke. A woman held a pink garment, a man in a coat held a pen. A woman with red lips stared, and the young man looked shocked. I promised my father I'd try to get along with Claire. A woman with a pink accessory and a woman with red lips both looked at me, waiting for my word. Someone called me a hypocrite and told me to take off my mask. Another person backed them up, saying if I kept pretending they'd send me back. A woman in white argued, a young man in a suit stood still, another in a suit spoke directly, and the woman in white closed her eyes in distress. I spotted a watch on the shelf and my stomach dropped. I knew this was the big moment in the plot. Someone yanked the watch out of my bag and gloated, now Claire can't squirm out of it. Someone gave me a disappointed look and asked if I'd really nicked it. They kept insisting the watch would be in my bag. I offered to unzip it myself, trying to look innocent, but I already knew what they'd find. The alarm had gone off and now they all thought I was a thief. The family formed a tight circle, the watch sitting there for everyone to see. Will my brother ever trust me again, or will Claire's poison destroy the one bond I need to survive? The rest of this twisted game is waiting below in the description. You won't believe what happens next.